Hello guys, welcome back to the new video. So in this video we're gonna make this awesome travel and tour website by using the Elementor and the Wordpress. So let me show you the demonstration of the project which we're gonna make in this video. So after refreshing, you can see that we have this type of animation coming here like this, and these are the sequence animations. And here we also have this type of social icons on this hover effect. And here you can see that we have this type of layout. So if I refresh it here, you can see that we have this animation again. So let me show you that animation again. And these are the sequence animations which are coming like this, and here we have this button which have the hover effect on hover. And also you can see that behind we have the transparent header, so which is also having the image effect. So right now you can see that we have this type of image, then after the image change we have this type of effect at the top. So we have the transparent header, and this is the sticky header which is always sticky at the top when you scroll below. Okay, like this. So I will show you how you can make this type of transparent header which have the glass effect. Okay, and this is the transparent header also if you can see, we have this hover effect on this menu. So when I hover on this menu, we have this type of effect. Also we have this book now button. Okay, so all the things are fully responsive, and these have the transparent effect which is looking very nice. Also I will show you how you can make this type of slideshow behind, and we have this glass effect also like this. Okay, so let's move to the next section. And so let me refresh this here, and after refreshing you can see that we have this type of counter here where we are showing the best suite room, people order, spot, destination and guest facility, and also these are updating. And after that we have this about us section. Here we have this type of layout. Also we have this hover effect on this image, and we have this type of layout. And here we have the play button, so you can link your video to this play button. And here we have this type of layout. Okay, and here also you can see that we have the sequence animation. So when I refresh, you can see that we have the sequence animation here, and here we also have this. Then you can see that we have here this type of layout. We have this view more button, and this is the slider, so you can showcase all your properties or all your things here. Okay, like this. And you can see that we have the sticky header at the top which is also transparent. And at last, and here you can see that we have the view section where we are showing the testimonial here. So you can see that we have this type of layout. Also we have here the slider of the reviews. So these are all the slides. Okay, and after that you can see that we have our choose your favorite this type of layout. So where we can show the pricing plan of all our things. So here you can see that we have this type of packages, and we are showing the pricing plan of this type of packages here. So you can see that we have this type of hover effect also in this, where we have the grow and rotate hover effect. So when I hover on these images, we have this type of grow and rotate effect. And after that let's move to the next section. And you can also see that when I move below, we have this sticky things at the top. Then we have this FAQ section where we can showcase all our frequently asked question in our website like this. Okay, so right now I don't have much questions here. I only added this type of questions, but you can add here. Okay, then we have this logo section where we have this slider of all the client logos. So we can add the client logo in our website like this. And here we have this type of section. If someone want to book here, you can check here. And okay, and also here we have the animation. So if I refresh, you can see that we have this type of animations here. Then after that we have this type of layout where you can show that we have the footer. So this is the footer, and here we have a simple footer, and here we have all the links. Here we have this type of icons, social icons, and here we have the newsletter form. And at last we have the copyright section, and here we have the scroll to top button. If I click on this button, it will take me to the top of the website like this. Okay, and here we have this type of layout. So if I click on the about, it will take me to the about. Similarly for the services, project, testimonial, pricing and FAQ. Okay, so I will show you how you can link this type of sections to your menus also. Then we have this. So let me show you the mobile part of this website, that this is fully responsive for all the screens. So here you can see that we are in the mobile part, and the animations are also working in the mobile. But if I refresh, so you can see that. And here also we have this type of menu. Okay, so this menu will also work if I go to the respective section from here. Okay, and this will also work. So when I click on this, it will take me to the top of the website. Okay, and here you can see that all these sections are fully responsive, and all the animations are also working here. So let me show you. Okay, so here you can see that all these are working. So this website is fully responsive for all the screens. Also we have the cottage, and is fully responsive. Then here we have this image which is fully responsive also, and we have the testimonial which is also fully responsive. We have the pricing plan. Okay, and here we have this type of layout which is also fully responsive. The hover effect also work in this image, so we have to click on this. Okay, so it is working. Then we have the frequently asked question, where we have the FAQ which is also fully responsive for all the screens. Okay, so I will show you how you can make this type of awesome website using the Elementor in this step-by-step tutorial. So don't skip any part of the video, so you will learn so much things from here. And I will give you all these images in the video description for free, so you can get all these images from there. And also you can buy this kit from the video description at very affordable rates. Okay, so all the links should be in the video description. Here you can see that we have this. Then we have all this fully responsive. We have the footer which is fully responsive, and here we have the social icon. Then we can click on this button, it will take to the top of the website. Okay, and this is also working about and we can click on the services, we can go to the projects, then we can go to the testimonial, and here we can go to the pricing, and after that we can go to the FAQ also. Okay, so this is fully responsive. So let me show you one more thing. If I go here, and here we can change its layout. So after changing the layout, it will adapt according to the screen size. Okay, so you can see that this is fully responsive for all the screens. Okay, so I will show you how you can make this type of awesome website from start and to finish. So if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for such type of more awesome videos. Also we are going to launch React.js videos soon. So if you are new to our channel, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Also share with your friends. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start the video, and we're gonna build this whole website from start. Okay, so for making this website, I have installed a fresh WordPress installation, and here you can see that. Let me show you the plugin and theme. So let's show the plugin first. So for making this website, we're gonna use the Hello Elementor theme, which is the official Elementor theme. And let me show the plugins. So for making this website, we are gonna use the Elementor, and it's a pro version. Okay, so I will also give you the Elementor Pro if you want to buy it, and these are the auto adverts and the genuine plugin. So if you want to buy, you can check out all the links are in the video descriptions, so don't forget to there. And here we have the, and let's go to the pages. And after going to the pages, here you can see that we have make a home page, and here after making a home page, go to the reading, and here you can go to the static page and set your home page here. Also you can see that when I open this website, it's saying my blog. So we want to add here or change it this, so we can go to the settings and then go to the general, and here we can go here, and here we can write trip loom. We can name our website best travel agency. Okay, so you can write here. If you have the site icon, you can just add it here, and here you have to go to and just save the changes. Okay, so after that, after saving the changes, if I go here and refresh our front end, you can see that it's changes at the top. Okay, so this is looking good now. Also we have this. Okay, so now let's start making our website. So first, before that, we have to upload all of these images. So for that, we have to go to the media and then go to the library, and I will give you all these images in the video description, so you can upload all of these images from there, and all the images are free. Okay, so let me upload all of these images, and I will get back to the video again. Okay, so you can see that all of these images are uploaded, so I will give you all these images in the video description for free, so you can follow along with me. Okay, so let me go here, and we can go to the edit with Elementor. You can also go to the pages, and from here you can also edit your page like this. So you have to just go and edit your page, and then also you have this option edit with Elementor at the top. Okay, so you can go from there also, but if you have set your page, you can go from here also. Okay, so these are all done. So let me have this golden color code from here, because we're gonna use this color. So let me go to the okay, so we don't have this here, so let me, okay, so let's use any random color similar to that. So for that, we have to go to the site settings, and here we have to make the global colors. So let's go to the site settings, and here we're gonna make the global color. Let's go to the global colors, and here we have to add the color. So first we're gonna use the black. So for the black color, we're gonna use this shade. Okay, and for the golden color, let's find it a little bit same, so we can use this golden color. Okay, let's use this. Okay, let's save the changes. So we're gonna use these two color, and for the font I think we're gonna use the font name of this is the Fit Greek something. So we can go here and okay, Fig Tree, and also the other font is the Poppins. Okay, so we're gonna use these two fonts. So I'm not setting these fonts here, so you can set it here also, but I prefer don't set it, because it takes time and also you have to do again and again. So after that you can see that we have to make this first. Okay, so for making this, let's start. So first we're gonna make our fully home page, and after that we're gonna build the header and footer. So let's go to here, and here let's add you can see that here if I go to the top, we have this. So here you can see that we have one main section, then we have two sections here. So first main section, then first section is for this top image, then second section will contain these three. Okay, so we have to make it according to that. So here we can also name this structure, so we can name this here let's have this 1300. okay, so this is the width we're gonna use, and also we can go to this and we can let's add padding here first, and also we can go to the hero, let's add the images. So here if you go to the hero, go to the style, here we have the slideshow option, then here we have to choose the images. So we can go to the beta library from here, and here we can set these two images. Okay, so these two images we're gonna use for the, and here you can see that we have this duration, so we can set this for 3 seconds. It will be in the infinite loop, and here we have the background size to cover and background position to be center and center. Here we can add the lazy effect and the Kern Burns effect. So for that it will be zoom like this. So here I don't have this effect, but I am adding this effect here. Okay, then after that we can add this here heading. So we can add this here, and here we can add this like this. Okay, here you can see that. So right now we are adding this, so let's add this, and here we can go to this, and here we can search for Fig Tree. Okay, we can make this in the center. We can also go to the hero and make everything in the center by using the flexbox. I hope you understand how the flexbox work. Okay, so at that we have this, then we can increase the font size of this. So let's increase the font size. Also we have the line break after the charm. So for that either we can go here and we can add a BR. Okay, this is good. We can add a BR, so it will break the line, and let's make add this to 80 pixels. Okay, this is looking good. Okay, so I think this is 80, then we can have this 85 also, but I prefer to use this 80. Then after that you can see that we have this, so let's add a container here below that. Okay, so this container will contain these three. Okay, so for that let's go to advanced, remove all of these paddings, then we can add the container inside this. So we can name this one and go to advanced, and here we can also duplicate this. Let's duplicate this. Let me quickly rename it, and here we can rename this also. We have this container, and here we can write this center. Okay, now you can see that we have this. So for making this for the first container, so we can add a title here. So let's add the title. Okay, then after that we have the dummy text, so we can add the dummy text below, and after that we have this one more container. So let's add one more container below that. Okay, so this container will contain that. So let me copy this from here like this, and here we can search for the Fig Tree. So you can just add it here. Okay, and here we can make this white, and here also we have the lorem ipsum, so we can go here, and here also we can make this white little bit like this. You can also name this color like if you want. Let's leave it because it will not gonna use again and again. Here you can see that we have this, so rating, so we can search it here for the rating. So we can drag and drop this, and also you can see that we have 5 by 5, so we can just copy this from here and we can go and paste. Okay, wait, we can click on this and we can paste this. So this is not working, so let me copy this again and we can paste it here. So we can go to the container. Here we can name this rating box. So always name your container so it will be easy to understand after you have a huge website with all the many structures. And we can make this in the center left side. Okay, so I prefer to make this in the center or in the center like this, and we can have some gap 40 pixel. So here we can write this 5 by 5. We can have make this smaller. We can make this smaller. Also we can have this rating box, and here we can have this 10. Okay, we can have this 20, and here we can have the black color like this. Okay, and we can play with the transparency here like this, so it will have some glass effect like this. You can see how this is looking good. Then we can add the here border radius. Right now you can see that we have the full width here, so we can decrease the width of this also like this. Okay, so you can see that we have built this, and this is looking very good now. And this is done. We have the lorem ipsum. We can also make this, let's make this poppins. Okay, we have, so after changing the poppins you can see the look is really changed. So I really like this poppins font. And okay, then this is done. So we have this first one is done. Okay, we can also have some spacing like 100. So 100, not 100, let's keep 70. Okay, 70, 80. Then we have this button here, and this button will say get started now. Get started now, and here in the second we can have this, and here we can make the text color to this, and here also we can make this. Here let's make this transparent, and here for the border we have this border color this to this. Here we have the border areas to this. Okay, like this, and here we can make this 400. Okay, this to 500, and also we can have this here poppins font. Okay, like this, and here we can have some padding also. So let's give the padding of 15, and from the left and right we can have this 30. Okay, let's give this 15 first, and from the left and right we can have this 30, and from the left also we can have this 30. Okay, like this, and you can see that this is at the last. So what we can do, we can just go here and let's try to make this in the last, so like this. And also if I go to the button here, and here we can add some like this. Okay, we can have this little bit lower like this, and here also we can go, and here we have the 600 like this, and for this we gonna have the 60, and we can also make this 60. Okay, then we have this, and for this also we can duplicate this. Okay, then we can drag this below, and we can remove this third one, and here we can write here we can change the structure to 3. Okay, like this, and here we have to just add the social icons below that. So here we can delete this, and after that we can search for social icons. So here you have so many social icons. Okay, now we can make this in the left line, and here you can add more item by duplicating this, or you can also go to this and you can add here, like if I want to add the Instagram, we can add this here. Okay, we can go to this, and here we have the custom color. Here if you want to make this in the circle, you can have this circle. Okay, then here we want to make this transparent, so we can make this transparent, I think. Okay, so we have to make this white, and this would be transparent. Then we have this border solid and border width 1, and this would be wide. And here we can increase the font size of this. Spacing would be 6. Okay, then here we have the icon hover color, and here we can hover on this. Secondary color would be black, like this. And also we have this border color to be white, and our animation will be, let's keep the grow and rotate. Okay, like this is looking good. Okay, so this is done. Now what we have to do, we have to go to the hero, and here we can put some 100, like this spacing. So if I publish this, and after publishing, what we can do, we can just go here and go to the view page. So you can see that we have this is working, fully working here. Okay, so in this way we can make this hero section. So this is done. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build other counters and distance. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this counter. So for making this counter, what we can do, we can just go here, and here we can add the you can name this counter, and here we can have this 1300, and in the advanced we can add some padding here. So here we're gonna use the 100 padding from the top and 100 padding from the below. Okay, then after that we can go to this and here we can search for the counter, like this. And here you can see that we have the 25 plus best suit room. So we can go here, and here we can set 25 number suffix 25 plus. Here we can write best suit room. Okay, then after that also what we can do, we can go to the number. Here we can use that black color, and here also we can use the victory. Okay, and for the title we're gonna go to this. Here we're gonna search for weapons. Okay, like this. Then we can just duplicate this. Let's duplicate this. We can go to the counter. Here we can make this a row, space between and center, like this. So now you have to just replace all of this content. Okay, so this is also done, and here you can see that we have this line. So for adding the line, let's publish this first. So for adding the line, you can add one more container here. So let's keep one more container. Here we can make this. Here we can have the 1300, and let's go to this, and here we can add the divider here. Okay, and here we can make this, and here we can have this effect. So let's keep this. Okay, and here we can have this effect. Okay, let's make this little bit darker, like this. So I think this is visible, not properly visible. We have to make this little black. Okay, then you can see that we have this. So let's save this first. After that we have to make this. So for making this, we can add one more container, and here you can see that we have the one main container, then we have the first for this and second for this. Okay, so let me name this about us. So we can go here, and you can here write about. Okay, here we can have this about, and this would be 1300, and here we can add the one. Let's keep the 100, I think. Okay, let's build this first, and here we gonna keep some 60 spacing, I think. And again we have this. Okay, so let's add one more container here, and this would be the first, and this will have all of this. Then here also we have two sections. We can name this inner one, duplicate this, and we can go to the one, and here we can have this space between and at the top. Okay, like this. Now you can see that here we have some width difference. So for that we can go to the inner one, and this is the inner two. So for the inner one we can have the 40%, and for the inner two we can have the 60%. Okay, then after that we have this about us button. So here we can have this about us. I think my battery is gone. Let me plug the chargers. Okay, like this. Then here we have the about us, and for this icon library we can use the circle. So we can search for the circle here. Circle, we have this circle here. Okay, and here also you can see that we have to make like this. So here we can make this transparent. Here we can make this the same black color, and this would be pop-ins. Okay, then after that we can have this border type equal to solid, and this would be 2, and border color would be black, and border radius would be 100. Okay, and here also in the typography we can have this 400 like this, and after that we can go to this, and here we can have the 15, and this would be 30, and the left also would be 30. Okay, like this. Then here we only have the hover effect. We are not having the hover color effect, so let's put it there. So for that we can make this same black color, we can make this white like this, and when you hover we can have this let's keep the grow rotate animation like this. It is looking good. Let's publish this one. Then after that we can add we have to make this, so we can go to this, and here we can add this heading. So here we can have this, and here we can rename this. Okay, like this. Here we can go. Okay, then here we can name this, and here we can write victory, and here we can make the size little bit bigger. So let's keep 55. 55, and this will be 16. Okay, and after that here we can make this like this, and let's copy this lorem ipsum. Okay, here we can have this pop-ins, and here we can make this secondary color. Okay, like this. And also we can have some spacing, so we can go to the layout like this, and here we have the 30. Then we can have this one here. So for making this layout, second one layout, so here also you can see that we have the divider, but the divider is almost touched. So for how to fix that, so we can put some padding to this, like we can have this 100. Okay, like this padding, and we can publish it here. Then you can see that we have to make this. So for making this is also looking hard, but it's not very hard. Let me show you how you can build this. Oh, we have this first one. Okay, right, we can have this and add a new container. Here we can name this 2. Okay, so we can name this banner image like this, so it will be easy to know which this is that section. Okay, so here let's remove all of this. So right now you can see that we have this image. So first we have to go to the container, and here we have to choose that image. So let's go to the media library, and here I think this is the image. Okay, so this is the image. Let's select this, make this center, and make that this is display as cover. Okay, now we can go to this, and here we can have some like 500 or 700. Okay, like this. Okay, 700 is looking good, and we can have this 750 if you want, like this. Let's keep this here, and here we can have this 40. We can have this 60, we can have this 80. I think 50 is looking good. Okay, now if I go to this banner in style, here we can have the border, and border radius would be 20. You can also preview it from here like this. Okay, and let's publish this. Now you can see that we have this type of thing. So how we're gonna add this? So for that we're gonna add a container here. Okay, first add the container. Let's make this full white. Okay, now let's go to the banner layout, and here we can have this like this. Okay, and here we have this. Okay, let me make this white color. Okay, let's first decrease the width of this like this. You can see that we can play with that width, and we can add the padding of 30 pixel. We can go to the styles, go to the border, and here we can have the 20. Okay, the 20 would be from the this side only, so we can remove this. Let's make this. So we have the padding, I think, in that this option also. Okay, now we have to add this heading. So for the heading we can copy this heading from there. So this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy and paste any section from anywhere. And here we can have this, and here we can have this like this 50. Okay, and here also we can play the width if you want, but I prefer don't use that. So go to the container, and from here you can just decrease the more width like this. Okay, like this, and we can just keep some more padding, and you can see that this text is fully at the corner, but our is not in the corner. If I preview it here, you can see that this is not in the corner. So for that we can just go and make this, and from the left side we can make the padding 0. It will be in the corner. Also we have to reduce this font weight. Okay, so this is looking good. Okay, let's publish. Now after publishing, if I go to the front end, let's wait to publish, then we can go to the front end, and here if I go below, you can see that we have this working, and also now we have to make this play button. So how we can do that? So for that we can go to and search for the icon, and we can drag and drop this icon here. So we have to drag and drop this icon in the banner. So let me find and choose it here, play. Okay, so we have to use this one icon. We can name this white, make this white. Okay, now let's go to the position, and we're gonna make this absolute, and from here, and this would be 30, and from the top also this would be 30. Okay, now we can go to the icon, and here we can increase the size of the icon. Okay, and here we can have the 40, and here also we can have the 40, and here we can make this okay, so this is like this. This section is also done. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the other section. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build these boxes. So for making these boxes, what we can do, we can just add a new container here. So let's add the new container here. So the container would be 2, and here we can name it services, and after that okay, let's go here, and here we can add 1300 max width, and the advanced we can add here 100, and we can also let's add here 100. Okay, so I think not 100 because we already have the 20 from the top. So let's keep it 80. Okay, now here you can see that we have this, so let's make this like this, and let's remove this padding also, and let's make this one more box. Okay, now let's go to the layout, and here we can have this space between and center, and now you can see that we have this. So let's go here, and here we can add a heading. Okay, so this heading would say 01, and after that we have the fast and friendly, so we can copy this from here, and here we have the fast and friendly service, and for this we can have this fast and friendly service, and here we can have the transform capitalize, and one more thing we can do is we can add the lorem ipsum. So let me copy this lorem ipsum from the top, and here we can go to this and paste. So we don't need this much, so let's keep the little bit content here. So we gonna delete this. Okay, so this much content is good, and also we can go here. We gonna use the golden color which we have made like this, and now we have to keep some space here, so we're gonna put some margin like 40 or 60. Also we can go to the his, here we can put some let's put some padding of 40 also, and let's remove the padding from this side. Okay, this is done. Now let's duplicate this. First we have to delete the rest containers, and let's delete this, and we have these services now, and now you can just go here, and here we can put the 40. Okay, that's it. Here also we have to put the 40 like this. So now we can go here, and we can put the border. Here we can put the border of 20. Here we have the left side one, right side one, and here we can have this, and this, and this. Here we have this like this. Okay, like this. This is done, and here you have to just change the content. Okay, so this is also done. Let's publish. Now we're gonna build this. So for making this, what we can do, we have to just okay, so for making this we have to just go here and add a new container, and here we can write our tours. Let's name this container tour, and here we can add 1300 max width advanced. We can put 100 below, and here you can see that we have this one container at the top, so we can add this container at the top like this, and here we can name this one, then we can copy this, and we can paste it here, then again we can go here and we can copy this, and we can paste it here. Okay, so we can just go here, and here we can go like this, and here we can make this 500. We can also make this 500 like this, and here we can go to this, and here we can copy this. Okay, this is done. So here we have, after the nature chill zone, we have to make this, so we can just play with the width here. So you can also play with the width, means how much you want, so like this. Okay, so after the nature we want to have this, okay, like this. Then you can see that we have the two boxes here again, so for that we have to make the new box. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's go here, we can add a new container, and we can add the two boxes here, two containers, Okay, so this is the first container. Here we have this, and here we can duplicate this. Here we can duplicate this. Here for the first container we can have the 40%. Second container we have the 60%. Then you can see that we have this. So for making this, now let's go here, and here we can go, and here we can have this, and let's make this first like this. Okay, don't here we can paste tiles. Okay, so here we're gonna copy this for this, and here we can like this. So I think we can make this 30%, and this would be 70%. Then we can add a new container here. Then we can add a new container here, and here also we can have this. We can paste it here, and now again we can go to this, and we can go below, and here we can go this, we can paste it here also, and let's make this black, and this container would be like this. Okay, like this. And now you can see that we have some space here, so we have to put this space. So let's go to the towards, and here you can see that we have the first and the second, so we can click on the towards, and here we can keep some space. So let's add the spacing of 18. Okay, now we can add a container here below. We can add a new container here. Let's add the container here. Okay, so where is the new container which we have just, okay, so it is added at the top, but we don't want in the top, we want inside this. So we can go here. Okay, we have this also, so we can click on this inner one, and we can add a new container. So it will add the new container just below that, like this. And now you can see that we have to make this layout. So this, for making this layout, we have this inner container. You can also name your container. Let's name this rating, and this is the inner. Okay, so let's what is this? This is the first. Okay, so first, this is the second, this is the second inner. So we have to name this, you can name this 2 by 1. Okay, so this is the 2 by 1, and this is the 2 by 2. So this is easy to understand. And so we have the heading, rating, and this is the that one which we have to build this. So this is the border. We can have this border, have this, and here also we can let me save this border color, so it will be easy to use every time. Here we can go to the global color, and we can save this border color, create. So now if I go to this container, and here if I go to the border, we have this border color, and also we have to put some padding here like 30, and we can have this 20. Let's do this 30. Okay, now we have to made it here 2 containers. So this is the first, then we can duplicate this, and we can have this here. Okay, and here we can have this 20, and here we can have this house one. Okay, we can have this, and here we can have this full, and we can go to the border radius. We can have this 20, and here we can search for list, and we can just drag and drop this here, remove this, and here we can write Indonesia, and here we can search for the map, like this. Okay, now let's go to the icon. Here we can make this golden, and let's make this. Here we can make this Indonesia, and here we can have this text, and here also we can make this black color, and here we can make this. Here we can make this 500. Okay, and for the icon we can have this like this. Then below that, let me go to, we can make this a little bit bigger text. Okay, perfect. You here you can change the font size. Let's change the font size like this. Then below that we can add a text also, and here we can write find our comfort. Okay, and here we can have this. Okay, and inside this we can add a new container inside this, and we can have this 10. Okay, we can have this glass effect, so we can have this, and here we can use this color code. Then we can go here, and here also we can use this color code. Okay, and here also we can make this 20 like this, and then we can copy this here. Okay, here we can write okay, so this is the one, and here we can use the bed, so this is the bedroom value, and we can just duplicate here, and here we can use the 2, and this is the bath value. This is the bath, and here also we can make this in the line. Let's go to this, and we can make this in the proper center. We can make this in the center like this. Okay, here this is a little bit more darker, so let's do this like this. Okay, and this is done. Here we can also have this to 10, 30 like this, and here we can have this to 8. Okay, and here we have also the border colors and all. So here we have the box, and inside this you can see that we have we have this here rating, and this rating box, and this is the box. So here we can have this 50, and we can have this 80. So let me publish this once, and after publishing you can see that we have this. So we have to build this now. So for building this, what we can do, we have to first add a new container here. This container is for this too. So okay, we have to this, and here we can copy this lorem ipsum from here. Okay, and then we can paste this here, and here we can have this like this, and here we have this. Here we have this, and here we have this, and here we can name this to view mode. Okay, and we can just if you want you can change this type, but I prefer to keep this consistent or everywhere. So here and here we can have this. So this is the inside of this, so you can write like this 221. So this seems to that this is inside of this. Now we have this. Now let's add a new container, and this container will now contain these images. Okay, so for that we can add the carousel. We can add the carousel here like this, Okay, and here you can see that we have these images. So this is not that hard. It seems the layout is a little bit hard. So here we can have this two, here we can have this one. This is the slides. Here we can have this 2 3. Okay, we have to don't want the navigations nor we want the paginations. Okay, now we have to go slide. Here we can make this go to slide 1. Here we can make this full width like this. Okay, now let's add these images here. So all the vertical images we have to add. So this is the first vertical image. This is the first vertical image. Here we have the border radius. And here we can remove this, and here we can have this. Okay, then we have the carousel, and here we have the 20. Okay, you have to just replace all of these images. So let me show you how you can have this half effect. So for that you can go to the settings, and here you can have this offset slicer. Just make this right and just keep it like 120 like this. So let's try this. Let's publish this once. And also we want to keep here some gaps. Right now we don't have the gaps, so let's refresh it here. And after refreshing, if I go here, you can see that this is done, but we don't have this gap. Also we have to add this border radius here. So for that we can go to this, and here we have the border radius of 20. Okay, and here we have this 2, this is the 2, and here we can have the 60 like this. And also if I go inside the 2 by 2 here also we want to keep this, let's keep this 60. Let's publish. Now after publishing, if I go to this and if I refresh it here, you can see this is looking perfect now. Only we have to make this to the top like this, because right now it is here, so we have to make this here. So how we're gonna do that? We can go to this. Here we're gonna use the EM value, and for the top we have to add some minus values like this. That's it. We can also have this. Let's publish. Okay, after that let's go to the triplome again. Let's go to this again, and here we can refresh it here. And after refreshing, you can see that this is done, and this is at the top, and this is also working fully slides. Okay, so this section is also working. And let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this type of layout. Here we have to add one more section, and for this we have to make the 2-section layout. Okay, so this is the 2-section layout, and here what we have to do, here we can rename this testing one here. And after that what we can do, we can just go to this, and here we have to write 1300 max width, and here we have the advanced. Okay, so here we have to add the 80 pixel bottom, and here we can go to the inner sections, and here we can remove all of these paddings. So we can go to the next section also, and we can remove the padding also. Okay, so let's we go to this, and here we can add here we can make the width of this section to 40%. And if I go to the main layout, here you can see that we have this let's make this 40%, and let's make this width to 60%. Okay, after that we have to add this here. So we have this button here, so we can copy this button from here, and we can paste this button here. Okay, so we have to just change this name. So let's click on this button, and here we have to rename this, and we can write here testimonial. Okay, then after that you can see that we have to add this heading. So for that we can just copy and paste this from here, and we can paste it here. Okay, and here you can see that we have the advanced, and we can make this full width. Okay, then after that we have this here about us. So let's copy this from here, and we can go to the content and we can paste it here. And after that you can see that we have this, so we have to make this in the next line. So we can break this by using the HTML vr tag, but we gonna use the custom width here. So let's play with this custom width. Okay, so we have this below. Now we have to add one more container here for the slider. So let's add the main container, and inside this we're gonna add the two containers. One container is for this icon and the second container is for the slider. Okay, so let's add this container here, and we're gonna go to this advanced option and we'll remove all of these paddings. So let's make this, and we can go here and we can make this in a row, space between and center. Okay, so this is the css flexbox property. So now we have to add icon here. So let me search for the icon widget, and we can drag and drop this icon widget. I think it is not the icon, it is the image. So let me, okay, so it is the image, so we can remove the icon from here. So let's add an image here. Okay, then after that let's find this image. So I think this is the image. Okay, so we have to find this image. So let me see, where is this image? Okay, so let's try to use this. Okay, so this is not the image. So let me do one thing, let me copy this image from here, and we're gonna use the same image. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay, so we have this image here, and the size of this image is very big. So let's do one thing, let's rename this container. So we're gonna name this container review slider, and we can go to the first box, and here you can see that we have the full width. So we can make this full width to 40%, and we can also go to the second container, and here we're gonna make this to 60%. Okay, so still this is very big. So what we can do, we can make the size more smaller. So we can make this 30%. Let's try this. Okay, so this is looking good, and we're gonna increase the second width to this. Then after that we have to add this slider. So for adding the slider, we're gonna use the widget CAROU. If you write this, you will find this widget, slider widget. So we have to just drag and drop this widget, and here you can see that we have only one slide, and for that you can go to the slide on display, choose here one, and slide on scroll also you have to choose the one. Okay, so after that you can see that we have the one slide here. So you can see that we have these two container. So we can go to the review slider and go to the layout, and here we can add some space between. Okay, so let's add the space between 40 pixel, and after that we're gonna go to the second container which contain our slider. So we can open this, and now we can go to the settings, and here we have to make this 3 seconds. So the slide will slide in every 3 seconds, and okay, so you can keep this pause on hover also, and this is the arrows. So we don't need the arrow because we're gonna use the pagination here. So we're gonna use the dots pagination. If you want to use, you can use the arrows also, but we're gonna use the dots for the slides. So we're gonna go to the carousel. Let's open the carousel. Inside this you will find this slide. Let's first go to the carousel, and we're gonna remove the excess padding. Let's go to the slide one, and also we're gonna remove all of this padding. So always remove all of the padding which comes from the default in the widget. Okay, now let's go to the rating. Here we have to search for the rating widget. After that this will come. Okay, so this is a rating widget. We're gonna copy the rating widget from the top also, because we already have this rating widget. Okay, so we're gonna copy this, and we're gonna paste the styles of this. Okay, so this is still looking same, so we're gonna remove the default one from here, and let's increase this size little bit. So let's increase the size of this rating. Let's keep this 20, and also we're gonna keep some space between this. So let's keep the 5 pixel spacing also. And now we're gonna add some dummy text here. So we're gonna add the lorem ipsum. So you can add the lorem ipsum from here also. So let's add the lorem ipsum, Okay, so we are doing one thing wrong here. We are not added a container, so we have to first add the container. Let's remove all of this padding, and then inside this container we're gonna drop this ratings and text editor. Okay, so let me drag and drop this here below of this. Okay, so sometimes this will not work, so you have to use the structure from here. So that's why we gonna use the structure. Okay, so now you have to use the image box, so we're gonna use the image box here. Okay, now we're gonna go to styles and we have to make this in the left direction, and here we have to use a random image. So let's go to the content here. We will find any random image. So let's find any random image. So let's use this image. Okay, so after that let's save the changes first, so we don't lose any changes. And also let's go to the styles. Okay, let's go to the styles, and in the image we have to add the border radius of 100 pixels, so the image will be in shape of the circle. So here we have to decrease the size of this image, so let's keep the 12% width, and here we have to enter any random name. So let's enter the vector name of this vector, and here we have to write here guest. Okay, let's go to the styles. Here we're gonna remove the content spacing 0, and also we're gonna go to the content, and here you will find that this option. So here we're gonna save the fonts, open sans. Here we're gonna increase and decrease the size of the name of this, and here let's change the color of this. Let's make this completely black, or we can use the black color which we have just saved. Let's increase the font weight, and let's keep the size same. Okay, now you can see that we have the guest. So for the guest you can also have the different font size if you want, but I prefer to use this. And now let's increase the font size of this little bit. Okay, so this is looking good in 15 pixel, and also we have to add some spacing between this. Okay, so we have added the spacing here. Okay, so now this is looking good, I think. So let me do one thing. Let's do one thing. We have to go to the main container of this, where we have the review slider, and inside this we have this one and one. Now we can go to this. Okay, and here you can see that if I go to the second container, we have this carousel. And if I go to the styles, we have these containers also, and this is the carousel. So we have to place this in the center because this is not currently in the center. So for that we have to use this flexbox property. Okay, so this is also not working in this. So we have this carousel, and we have this. Okay, so let's do one thing. We have to go to the container, and here we have to add some padding. So let's add completely padding of 20 pixel in all directions. Okay, so this works now. So now we have to go to the carousel, and from here we can remove the rest slides, and we can duplicate the slides. Okay, and you can go to the styles, and here you will find the pagination option. Here we can increase the size of this, and for the hover we're gonna use the golden color. Okay, also you can go to the content, and here you can change the colors of this. Okay, like this. Okay, so this is working now. Just we have to add some spacing. So if I go to the main container, here we have the testimonial second main container. So here we're gonna keep some spacing. Let's keep the spacing of 60 pixel. Okay, so this is done now. Let's publish. Okay, so after publishing, let me refresh the front end. And after this section we're gonna make this layout where I will show you how you can make this pricing plan section. Then at last I will show you how we can make the FAQ section. Then we're gonna move to the blogs and the header and footer part. Let's move to some other sections which are left. So if I go to the main website, let's go to the testimonial, and below the testimonial we have this blog, we have this pricing plan section. Okay, so let's move, and we're gonna build this pricing plan section. So for making the pricing trend section, what we can do, we have to here you can see that we have a here we have the line. So we want to add the line also. So let's, for the line, we're gonna copy this. Okay, I think this is not the about, this is the line. So let's see. Okay, so here we are copying the about, the whole about. So let's go to the preview and see if the line is coming or not. So you can see that after previewing, the line is not coming. So we want to have that line. We have already added this line here. So let me go here. So and here we have the divider. So let's rename this to divider. Okay, then we're gonna duplicate this, and after duplicating, we're gonna move to the below. Okay, so if I now go to the below, here you can see that if I go to the preview also, here I have this line divider. Okay, so let's publish this, and after that we have to make this pricing plan section. So here you can see that when I move above, then this part of the pricing will stick here like this. Okay, so for making this, what we can do, we can just go here and we can add the two section layout, and here we can write pricing. Then here also we're gonna have 1400, I think. So we are using 1300 max width. So let's give 1300 max width, and we're gonna add 80 pixel, 100 pixel to the top and 100 pixel to the bottom. Okay, then we can go below and we can go to the first and remove all of this. Then we can go to the second and remove this also. Okay, now if I go to this, here you can see that we have the pricing plan. So we're gonna copy this button here. So let's copy this button from here. Okay, and here we have the heading. So for that we're gonna copy this heading. So let's copy this heading and we're gonna paste it here. Okay, now we're gonna copy the lorem ipsum from here. So let's copy the lorem ipsum and we're gonna copy this below. And here we're gonna copy the lorem ipsum, and here we're gonna make this full width. Okay, now you can see that in this section we have this type of layout. So for making this, we're gonna add the containers here. Okay, so this is the first box, this is the second box, and inside this also we have the two boxes. Okay, so let's do one thing. First we're gonna add one box, and we're gonna make this. So let's make this left, and we're gonna make this right, and inside this we're gonna make this one, and let's make this. Now we have to make two section again. So we're gonna add the two containers now, and here we're gonna duplicate this. So this is the 1 and this is the 1 2. So always name your container so it will be easy to understand which section is which. Okay, then space between and center. Now you can see that here we have here we again have this one container, and then we have this image. So for that, what we can do, first we're gonna add the image here. Let's add the image. So here the image is of this house. So we're gonna go to the media library, and here we're gonna choose this image. Okay, so let's go to the styles, and here we have to add the border radius of 20 pixel like this. Now we can add a container below that. So let's add a container below this image exact. So you can go to here and you can check that it is working or not. So we can drag and drop this image below. Okay, so right now this image is inside this section, but we don't want to go inside. Okay, so in this way we have to do this. Okay, so let's fix this image to the top of the image like this. Okay, it's done. Now we have to name this container 1 minus 1 and 1. Okay, and inside and below that we have the image. So now we can see that we have this image. So let's do one thing. Let me go to the heading, and we're gonna drag and drop a heading widget. And also I think we have this border, this access padding here. So we're gonna go to the heading, and here we're gonna rename this 01. Let's go to styles, and here we're gonna add the golden color. Okay, here also we're gonna do big tree. So this is the font which we are using here. Okay, Victory, this is the font which we are using, and inside this we're gonna add the new container again. So let's add a new container, or I think the container will. Okay, so let's do one thing. Inside this we're gonna add a new container. So this container would come outside to this, but we want to keep this in after the heading like this. Also we have this. So let's go to the layout, and here we have to make this page within and center. Okay, so right now you can see that we have this one, then one. So I hope you understand how we are doing this. It is the whole right. We have one first container, then inside this we have one and one two, then inside this again we have two separations. So this is the first separation and this is the second separation, which is the image already, and inside this we have the heading, and this is the container for this. Okay, so here what we can do, here we have to just add a heading, and this is saying $45 per night. Okay, so this is the cost of the villa, so $45. Here we're gonna write NIEST night. So here you can see that we have some space between this and this. Now we're gonna wrap this hole in a HTML span tag, and let's close the span tag here. Then inside this we're gonna add some custom styles. Add the style, and here we're gonna write the font size, and here we're gonna write 15 pixel. Okay, so 15 pixel is very much small, so let's make it 18 pixel. 18 pixel is looking good. Now we're gonna close this, and here we can write color gray. Okay, so and the font weight is also a little bit bigger, so we're gonna write font weight, and font weight we're gonna write camel. Okay, so I will give you all this code in a video description also, so you can just copy and paste from there and you can follow along. Okay, so we have this now. So now let's make this in the center. So we're gonna use the CSS flexbox property for making this in the center like this. Also we have to go to this styles, and here we have to choose the open sans font. Okay, let's keep this as it is, and here we're gonna choose that blackish color which we have just saved. Okay, perfect. Now we have this container, and again we have to add some blur color to this, like let's keep this color. Okay, and here we're gonna go to the border, and here we have the 100. Okay, and here we can have the, so here we can also play with the fonts width of this. So let's keep the width to 65%. Okay, or we're gonna keep the width to 70%. Okay, so if we can see, this is looking good. Also in the second box, so you can see that we have 1 and 1, 1 and 2. This is the 1, so we can make this like this. So here we have full. Now we're gonna keep the 30 pixels space. Okay, let's increase the space to 40. Here we're gonna again copy this, and we can paste it here. Let's copy this couple package here, and here we're gonna make this. Here we're gonna keep this. Here for the transform we're gonna have the capitalize, and let's decrease the font size to 30. Also we want to add the lorem ipsum here, so let's copy this lorem ipsum, and we're gonna place the lorem ipsum below. Okay, and here also we're gonna add the button. Let's keep the button, and okay, let's add the button here. So right now you can see that we have this type of button. So let's change its name, and we're gonna say the book now. And here in the icon library we're gonna go to arrow, and from here we're gonna have this, and this is in this direction. Then here we're gonna make this transparent, and this would be golden color, and let's remove all of these paddings also like this. Okay, now we're gonna go to this, and here we're gonna keep everything in the center in the left line. Okay, so this is done. If I go to the preview, you can see that we have first layout, and also if I go here and see on the hover of this image, we have this grow rotate animation. For adding this, we're gonna click on this image, go to hover, and here you will find hover animation. So choose the grow rotate animation like this. Okay, so this is done. Now we have to just duplicate this. So this is the first one, so let's duplicate the slide, and this is the second one. So here you can duplicate how many times you want. You have to just rename this like 2, so this will be easy to understand, and you have to just change all of this content. Okay, so you have to just change all of this content. Okay, so just change all of this content. Now we have this right. Here we're gonna keep this center and left line, and here we have to put some spacing. So let's put the spacing of 60 pixels. So this is looking good. So let's publish the changes. Okay, so this is done, and now we have to put some spacing here also. Let's go to the pricing here, and here we're gonna keep the everything in the top, and here also we have to put some spacing of 80 pixels. Okay, so after that let's wait to render. Okay, so here we have the left, and this is the right, and we have some spacing here also, and only you have to just change all of this content, just replace all of these sections here, content here. Done. Okay, so let's wait for it to publish, and let's refresh our front end, and after refreshing you can see that we have this also working. Here you can see that we have some spacing here also. We can change this content like this. We can go to the styles, and here in the transform we can make this capitalize, and here in the left side we can have this to here we can have this 30 pixel. Okay, let's publish. Okay, so I think this is done. Also you can see that here when I scroll below, this is sticky at the top. So for make this sticky, what we can do, we can just click on this main, like here we have the right, go to advanced, and here in the motion effect we can go to the sticky and make this at the top, and for the sticky offset we can choose the 100 pixel and stay in column. So this will be stay in column when we move below. Okay, so this is done. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the frequently asked question. Okay, so let's make this layout, which is the FAQ layout. So for making this, we're gonna add the new container here, and we're gonna rename this container FAQ. Then after that, here also we're gonna keep this 1300 max width, and in the advanced we're gonna add 100 to the top and 100 to the bottom like this. Then we have to copy this. So let's copy this here. Okay, let's copy this here also. Okay, and here we're gonna copy this frequently asked questions, and for this we're gonna make this FAQs. And if I go to the main container of this, we have this layout, and here we're gonna make this everything in the center. Let's add this 40 pixel. Now we have to make this. So for making this, we're gonna use the accordion. So accordion, we're gonna use this accordion here. Okay, like this. So here you can see that we have to put this random questions. So let me put these questions here. Okay, so let's go to the accordion. Here we're gonna put the first question like this. Okay, so let me duplicate these questions here, and here we have to make this stretch and icon position would be like this. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to go to the styles. Here you will find the accordion. So we have to put some padding first. So the padding would be I think 30 from the top, 30 from the bottom, like this. And we're gonna go to the header, and in header also we're gonna put some factory, and here also we're gonna increase the size. Okay, we're gonna increase the size, and also we're gonna increase the padding. Let's give the padding of 500. Okay, and inside this you can see that we have this lorem ipsum, so we're gonna copy this lorem ipsum from the top. Okay, so you can see that how quickly we can build website using the Elementor. And here you can see that we have the text content item, and here also we're gonna put some padding of 30 pixel like this. And here we're gonna go to styles, and we're gonna make this here open sans. Okay, and here we're gonna make this 500. Okay, now this is done, and let's go to the accordion. Here we're gonna duplicate this again and again like this, and if I see, you can see that we have this one here. Also there is one more thing, that we have this border here, but right now we don't have this border. We have border all over there. So for that, what we can do, we can just go to the accordion, go to styles, and here you can see that we have the border, and make this solid. And we want border for the below one, and we're gonna make this light shade here like this. So you can see that we have this border also with this lines. Okay, so we have done this. Okay, so this is also done. Now let's publish. Okay, so in this way we have to make this FAQ section. Now let me show you how you can build this. So this is a logo section, which is also a slider. So for that, we're gonna add a new container here like this. Okay, and here we're gonna add the logo slider, and here we want to make this black color first. So let me make this full width, and let's go to style, and here we're gonna choose the same black color here. And here also we're gonna put some 30 pixel padding, and here we're gonna add the carousel widget. Okay, carousel widget, and here you can see that we are showing the 3 4 5. Let's make this 5, and how many slides do you want to slide? So here let's choose the 2 is good. Okay, here we're gonna make this, and here we're gonna also go to the slides, go to full width, and go to the advanced, and here also we can have this image. Okay, now we're gonna choose the logos here. So let's choose the first logo. Okay, and here we're gonna go to the carousel. Here we have to just duplicate this, go to styles. Here also we can put some space between slides like this. Okay, and then we can go to the carousel. Here we have to put the settings. Here we're gonna keep this 2. We don't want the pause on interactions here. Okay, and for the navigation, we don't want the navigations, and we don't want the paginations also. Okay, so we don't want the pagination here. So let's wait for it to load. Okay, so till now you can see that we have this. So sometime it loads there. Okay, so I think, okay, so this is loaded. So you can see that the extra space will be gone after that. So you can see that how quickly we are building these websites by using the Elementor and its properties. So here you can see that this is done, and here you have to just replace all of these images with the actual client logos which you have. Let's publish this once. Okay, so after publishing, let me see. So this is done. Let's refresh it here. And after refreshing, if I refresh it here, you can see that we have the FAQ, we have this logo which is also working. Okay, so they are also sliding. So they are sliding, I think, in a 2, so we're gonna make this 1. Okay, and after that we're gonna build this. So building this is also very easy. So this is explore our content booking now. So here you can add your travels places and just click on this. So you can show your favorite places, the top places here like this. And we're gonna build this. Then at last we're gonna build the header and footer. Okay, so let's publish this. And after that we can go to this, and here we're gonna publish. Okay, so here we are working of this. Now let's move to the final section, so where we're gonna build this now. So for making this, we're gonna add the main container here. So let's add the main container, and so we can name this container. Let's name this container blocks or something. And here we're gonna add 1300 max width, and here also we're gonna add the 100 to the top, 100 to the bottom. Okay, and here we're gonna add the first box. So this box will contain 2 of this, so we're gonna name this first, and we're gonna remove this, all of this paddings and all. And here we have this okay, and this will contain this, I think. So what we can do, we can just copy this from the top, and we're gonna paste it here. Okay, so let me remove this first. Let me copy this again. Let me go here and paste this now. Let's remove this from here, and we're gonna copy the content from there to here. Now we have this, after content we have this break, so we're gonna go to this, we're gonna use the width property. So let's use the width property, and also we have some textual content here. So for that also we're going to copy this. So you can see that we can copy and paste our sections in Elementor. You can even copy and paste your sections from different website. Elementor also supports that. Okay, let's go here in the center, and also here I think we have to use this grow. So we have this grow property, and then go to 1, and here we're gonna put some 50 pixel spacing. Here also we can decrease this, and here also we can have this custom. Okay, like this. Okay, so here we're gonna make this none, like this. Let's publish, and after that we're gonna build this now. So for making this we have to just go to this one, and we're gonna change add a new container. Here we're gonna rename this to 2. Okay, let's remove all of this. Now you can see that we have some grids here, 1 2 3 4. So for that we're gonna choose the grid, and we're gonna drag and drop this grid here. Now we're gonna go to 4, and we're gonna have this one. Okay, so here we're gonna have this like this, and here we're gonna add this, and here again we're gonna go to this, we want to use this image. Here we're gonna have the position center, and display size would be cover. Here we have to make the height of 500, height of 400, so this would be 350 also. And here we can go to the styles, and here we have to go to the borders, and we're gonna make this 20 pixel. Okay, let's go to this, and here we're gonna add the view inside. view inside, and here we're gonna make this white color. Here we're gonna add the black color. Okay, and here we have this. So here we have the open sans font. So here we have this. Go to styles, and here we can have the border radius of 100. Okay, now we can go to the container. Here we can put some padding of 30. Also we can go to this, this and this. Okay, and here we can add the padding of 20. Also when I click on this button, and we can have the hover effect to this white like this, and this is the hover animation which shrink. Okay, now we have to add this container in a second. Okay, and here we're gonna remove all of this. Now we're gonna copy this, and here we're gonna copy this again. Copy this again, and here we have this map option, so we're gonna go to this above, and here we're gonna have this map option, and this is saying Bedulgul Bali like this. And now after that we're gonna have the image below that. And here we have this image. Okay, we're gonna go to styles, and here we have the border radius of 20. Okay, so we have make our two main containers or the designs. So we can duplicate this, and we're gonna duplicate this also. So we're gonna move this to below. Okay, like this. And okay, I think we have duplicated. Let's go and delete this. Let me duplicate this, and now we're gonna move this to the okay, we have moved it to the different direction. So how are we gonna do that? We have to do this quickly sometime. Okay, this is again go inside this. Okay, so you have to just make sure this comes here, that's it. So like this we have this, so we're gonna move this to this. Okay, so I think we have done. Okay, so this is done. Finally this is done. Now we have to go to the third one and go to the styles, and here we have to choose the different image. So here you can see that we have the greenish image, so we can go here and we can choose this greenish image from here. Okay, so you have to just change the content and all. Now let's go to the this. Here we have the 1 and 2. We're gonna keep some difference distance between this like this. Let's keep the distance of 40 pixel. Okay, 40 pixel. Now let's keep the 80 pixel width. Okay, so this is looking good, and we can put some gaps between this grid also. So let's put some gaps here, like the 30 pixel gap. Okay, now the 30 pixel, I think we want the grid to have 30 pixel, so like this. So we have done this also. Let's publish. Okay, and let's refresh our front end. Let's go here and we're gonna refresh our front end. And after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have this section ready. Also you can see that there is one issue. We have this border here inside this. So why this border? So how to remove this border? You can just go here and go to the item, in the item, if you go to the styles and here you have the border, let's remove this. Okay, so in this way you can just go to all the items, or you can duplicate your accordion. So let's refresh it here again. After refreshing, you can see that we are not getting these borders now. Okay, so we are done all. Only we have to add this. So let's move to the final part of the video where we're gonna build the header and footer. So let's move to the final part of the video where we're gonna build the header and footer now. Okay, so let's me go to this, and here we have to go to the drip loom, and here we have to go to the templates, and from here we have to open the theme builder. Okay, so let's open the theme builder here, and here we're gonna add the footer first. So first we're gonna build the footer. So first we're gonna make the footer here. So you can see that we have this type of footer. So for making this footer, what we have to do, we have to just add 4 grids. Okay, and after that we're gonna build this copyright. We also have this scroll to top button. So let's build all of this step by step. Also, you can add these projects in your portfolio. So let's add this here, and here we're gonna add this, and here we can write footer, and here we can write this 1300. Okay, and here we're gonna remove all of this. Here we're gonna keep 80 pixel to the top, 80 pixel to the bottom. Okay, and after that here we're gonna add the container. Here we're gonna add the container. Here we're gonna keep this one, and let's go to this. Here let's duplicate this now. So we gonna duplicate this 4 times here, and this is the footer. Here we're gonna give this space between and center. Okay, so now we have this container here. So first we're gonna add the image here. Okay, so this is the image, so we're gonna have this image. So let's find this image. Okay, and here we have the lorem ipsum text, so we can copy this lorem ipsum from anywhere. So you can copy your things from the different part of the website, like this. And here we have this. Let's make this smaller. We're gonna keep this. Okay, so we're gonna copy this till Matisse. So let's me copy this exact same. If you want, we're gonna copy this exact same. Okay, and here you can see that we have the navigation. So we're gonna add a heading here, navigation. We're gonna add the navigation, and here we're gonna choose the fig tree. And here we're gonna make this like this. So let's keep this 22. Here we're gonna make this black. Let's make this to the top. Here also we're gonna add some top negative values. So we're gonna keep these negative values here. Okay, here we're gonna keep these negative values to the top. Here we're gonna keep the negative values to the top, and here we're gonna keep this footer. Let's have this some spacing here. Okay, so ignore the background some in the video. Okay, so let's go to this navigation. Here we have this, so we're gonna okay, so this is done. Now we're gonna add this. So for that we're gonna add the links here. Ignore some background music in the video. There is small girl child which is making some noise. Okay, so after that we're gonna add this. Here we have this home about. So here we're gonna add the home here, and here we're gonna duplicate this again and again. Let's duplicate this home about us. So here we're gonna rename this about. Here we're gonna add this services, and here we have the pricings, and at last we have the contact. And here we can have this 40, and here we can have the open sense, and here we're gonna keep this 500. Okay, so here also we can have this space between 10, so we're gonna keep this 10. The 10 is looking good. And after that we have to just duplicate this, so let me remove all of this from here. Let's remove this also, and we're gonna duplicate this and duplicate this. Okay, now you can see that if I go here we have the 60 pixel. So we're gonna make some width here. So here we have 4 sections, so we're gonna divide the percentage between this. So we have this 40. Also you can play with this, like this you can play. So this is easy to use, I think. Okay, so you can use the drag and drop. Here we can go to the custom. Here we can increase and decrease the size of this, like this. Okay, and this also we can go to the full width. Instead we can use this, like this. Okay, so this is done. And now just we have to change this quick links. Like here we can add different styles. Okay, we have done some mistakes, baby. Here we can add the quick links. Here you can see that we don't have the hover effect. So for adding the hover effect, we can go to the text here, go to the hover, and here we can add the golden color like this. Okay, so you can just add the links, all of this here. Here you can put the links, so it will redirect to that website, to the page. Now you can see that here we have the join our newsletter section. So let's publish this at least, so we don't lose any changes. And here we're gonna click on this, and here we can write join our newsletter. And here if I go to the top, here below we can paste this, and here we can write and copy this. Here we can go here, and here. Okay, now you can see that we are getting some space here. So why this space is coming? So here the space is coming because of this. We don't want this here. Let's keep the 20 pixel only. Okay, then again we have to add the form. We're gonna keep the form here. We only want the email here. We can also play with this font, so let me have this. Okay, like this. And here also we can go, and here we can use the full width property. Okay, and here we can have the 80 pixel. Input size will be medium. And here in the bottom we can have this medium. Okay, medium, and here we're gonna keep the 20%. Okay, we don't want the placeholder, means the label. Here we can add subscribe, and here we can write change this subscribe. Also we can go to the buttons, and here in the background color we're gonna make this black. We're gonna make this, everything border radius would be 100. Okay, and for the field we're gonna have this border radius of 100. And text color also would be black, like this. So everything is done. Here we have the social icons. So let me save the changes first, so we don't lose any changes. Like this, here you can see that we have the social icons here already, so we can copy this from here to the footer. So this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy and paste your section from anywhere in the website. Here we're gonna choose the golden color, like this. So you can see that how fast we are building the website by using this. And here we have the secondary color. So for that, if I go here we have to make this black, and this we're gonna make this white. Okay, like this. So this is the social icon is also ready. Now let's publish the changes, and after publishing we're gonna go to the here, and we're gonna just view the page. So after viewing the page, if I go below, you can see that we have the footer which is working perfectly. This thing is looking a little bit blank, so we can put here some information. If you want, you can put the address, email and phone number below that, so it will looks good. So let me show you how. So for that, you can just copy this here like this, and here that we can put the 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and here we can go to this, and here we can add the phone icon, like we can choose this phone icon. Okay, and we can duplicate this, and here we can write the company email.com. okay, so here we can choose the mail logo, email logo. Okay, so if you have some blank spaces, you can just fill out your information there, and here also we can put some random number or some address if you want. Okay, so in this way, let's remove this. Let's have some spacing here like this. Okay, so in this way you can put here some details and all to fill out the spaces. So if I go and publish this, and let's go and refresh this and let's go and refresh our front end. So you can see that after refreshing we have this stuff, and this is now looking little bit fuller. Now we want to put this border line again. So for that we're gonna again go to below, and here you can see that we have some border one. If you click on this, it will close all of this. Here we have the divider. Let me copy this, and here we're gonna paste this here. Okay, like this. Let's publish, and after that we're gonna go to our front end, and we're gonna refresh it here. Okay, so you can see that how fast we are building the website, and our whole website is fully ready. Only one little small thing is left, which is the header part. So let's quickly build that also. So now let's close this footer here. Let's close the footer. Let's go to the dashboard. Let's open this theme builder again. Let's open this theme builder again. Now we want to make this header like this. So you can see that this is fully transparent. So before that we have to make these icons, means not the icons, we have to make this menu. So we can go to the appearance, then from there we can go to the menus, and after that we can put their header. We have to name this header. Now let's add this home. So we have this about, services, projects. So let me go here. Here we gonna add the CSS ID about, and then we have the CSS ID here, services. Then we have the projects, testimonial and pricing. Then we have here projects. Okay, then we have here testimonials, and we have pricing and FAQs. So we're gonna put this here, pricing, and here we're gonna use the FAQ also. Okay, like this. Now let's save the menu. So we're gonna use this menu while building the header. So if I go to the header, and we're gonna create the new header. So you can see that this is the glass effect header. So here we have the glass morphism effect, which is, and so you can see that this is also sticky at the top. Also when I scroll below, then this part of the header is always sticky, and we have the transparent header here. So we have this image reflections here in a glass effect. So how are we gonna build this header? So we're gonna choose this section. Let's choose this, and here in the structure we're gonna rename this header, and here we're gonna choose this 1300 max width advanced. Let's remove all of these paddings ones. Let's keep 10 and 10 only. So we don't want to keep the, okay, like this. Let me go here, and here okay, so now we have this black color. Now let's me add the image. and here you can see that we have this logo. So let me find this logo. We have this logo. So I will give you all of these images in the video description from free, so you can follow along with me, and you can add this project in your portfolio also. And here 15 pixel, here we have this. So here we can add the WordPress menu here, so it will automatically take this. So let's go to the header. Here we're gonna use the CSS flexbox. We're gonna space between and center. Then here we're gonna choose the open cell, and here we're gonna transform and make it capitalize. Let's first make this completely white. So we have the text color, we can make this white. And here we have to make this very simple. So we're gonna choose the text, and only we're gonna choose the none value. Okay, so when we hover, we have this effect only. So let's go to the hover. Here we have the golden on the hover, and when the menu is active, we're gonna keep it like this. Also we have to make some smaller size of this. Okay, so this is looking good now. Now only we have to add this button here. So we're gonna copy this button from here. So let's copy this button, and we're gonna go here, and we're gonna paste this here also. Okay, so you will find some background noise in the video, so please ignore that. And here we have the book now. Here, so here you can see that I think this is not the black. Here we're gonna make this white. Also we have this text color, we're gonna make this white. So right now we have this, and on hover we have to make this fully white, and for this we're gonna keep the black, so like this. Okay, and here you can see that we have the button book now. So we're gonna go to the content, and here we can write here now. Okay, so we have successfully built our header. So right now this header is not sticky. For making the sticky, we have to go to the advanced, go to the motion effect, and make this sticky at the top. So this will be always be sticky whenever you scroll in your website. So let's publish these changes, and here we're gonna choose the entire site and save and close. Now let's go to our front end, and here we're gonna refresh this, and also we have to make this scroll to top button. Okay, so this is done, but this is not having the glass morphism effect like here. So how we gonna add the glass effect in our header? So for doing that, what's we gonna do? Let's me go to the home. So we have to refresh this in here. So let's refresh here. Okay, so we you can see that we have successfully loaded. So let's load the header here. So we have to add some negative values, and we have to move the below part to above the header, and after that we're going to use the z-index property. So here you can see that we have to use the bottom value, and we have to put, okay, so before that let's make this header a little bit transparent like this. Now if I go, and here we're gonna move the header to the top. So you can see that we are moving this header to the top like this. Okay, so you can see that this is done. Now let's go to the styles, and we gonna make this little bit more transparent, little bit more. Okay, so this is looking good. So you can see that if I move below, the all of this header is sticky at the top. Also we have this glass morphism transparent effect. Okay, so we have completed the whole website. Also only some small things are left. I will show you how to make that also, and at last I will show you how you can do that animation part, and I will show you how you can make this website fully responsive for the smaller screens like mobile phone and more smaller screens. Okay, so this is loaded. Now we're gonna go to the hero, means the hero sections, and here we're gonna increase some padding at the top, so we can keep some spacing between this. Okay, so this is looking good, I think. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so this is done. Now you can see that here if I click on the about, it will take me to the about. Same for the services project. So we have to do this now. So how are we going to do this? Let's go to the counter part. Here we have the divider, and let's go to the about part. So if you go here, and if you refresh your website, and let's please first publish this. Okay, so let's publish this. Let's publish this here a little bit, and here you can see that we have this. Let me save these changes. I think there is some network issue. Now let's link our sections. So if I go here, you can see that if I click on the about, we have the CSS ID here about, we have the services here at the project. So we have to just write the CSS ID. So if I go to the about here, and here if I go to the advanced, here we have the CSS ID option. So here we have to write the about. Similarly, we can go to the services, here go to the advanced, and okay, not in the motion effect, in the layout, and here in the CSS ID column we gonna put that services. And if I click on the projects, it will take me to the projects also. So we're gonna choose this projects. So let's go to the advanced, go to the advanced here in the CSS ID we're gonna put the projects. Okay, then we have the testimonial. So we're gonna go here and here in the CSS ID again, testimonials or testimonials. So for checking that, we're gonna click on this. So we have this testimonials. Here we have the pricing and FAQ. So let's me go to this. Here we have the pricing. Let me name this also pricing. Here we have the pricing. Then here we have the FAQ, and everything is good, I think. So this is also done. Let's publish, and after that let's refresh our front end. So let me refresh our front end and see if it's working or not. So if I click on the about, it will take me to the about, services, project, testimonial, pricing, and FAQ. Okay, so we have successfully built our whole website step by step. So there is one more issue. If you find that this is going to this header top, so for that we have to just go to the header and put some z index value. So go to the layout and here put the z index value to 100. So the z index are the properties which are used in the CSS. I think this will be okay. This is revert our changes. Okay, so this is revert our changes. So let me see if I go back. Yes, we can go back, and we don't gonna publish this. Okay, so we don't gonna publish this now. Okay, so we have so only you have to put the z index from here. Okay, so do the z index value from these hero sections, not from the separate header. Okay, so I hope you understand. So then it will not go there. Okay, so we have successfully make a whole our website. So it is coming because I have go to the separate header and put their save, but you don't do that. You have to go and do everything in this where you have the header and footer this. Okay, so this is done. Now let's go to the mobile part of the video where we're gonna build the phone part. So let me refresh this here again. Now we have to go to this. Here we're gonna go to this, and here we can do some. So first we have to make this transparent. So let's make this transparent. Then we can go to this, and here we're gonna have this too and make this at the top. Okay, and here we're gonna again make this transparent. Okay, let's publish. Okay, so how quickly we have built that again, there is no issue. And here you can see that when I refresh and go to the top, we have this also. Okay, let's make this 90 because we are getting this line at the top. You can see. So now if I refresh it here, so you can see that we are not getting this line. Also we are moving to all the sections here. Okay, now let me show you how you can do the mobile part of this. So we can go to this. So let's go to the mobile part of this, and here you can see that we have to make this responsive. So this is not fully responsive here. So let's first make the header responsive. Okay, so for making the header, we're gonna go to this header. Here you can see that we have the -90. So let me make this 0 now. And for this book now button, first we're gonna make this smaller. So let's make this 8. So it is automatically there. Now let's go to the images. Here we're gonna increase a little bit. Here we're gonna put that 0, and here also we can have this full width, and this will be in the center. Then we can go to the toggle. We have the drop down toggle button. Here we're gonna keep this golden, and we're gonna keep this white. Okay, like this. And here in the drop down, we're gonna have this golden color, and we're gonna have this white, and here also we're gonna have this golden, and we're gonna have this white. Okay, now if I go here, and here we're gonna choose the open sans, and here we're gonna increase and decrease the size of this. Okay, so you can see that our header is working. And now let's go to this, and again we're gonna put the -90 to this. So you can see that how quickly we build the header now. Now let's move, and we're gonna build the hero sections, means the home page. So let's click on this. That we have this now. So for this we can go to this. Here we're gonna play with that fonts. Let's keep the font size of 40. Okay, and here also we have to put some gaps. So like here we can put 140. Here we're gonna put 20, 80, and 20, like this. Okay, so in this way. And here we have this. I think we have this break here. Okay, so these are the things. We can increase the font size of this to this. Then we have this layout, which is automatically responsive. Now we have this, so we can click on this, and here we can add some 120, 120, like this. So this is done also. Okay, so in this way you can do all of these sections. Like doing responsive is not that hard, so you have to just play with it. Here we can decrease the size, font size if you want. Like we can, here we have the font size of 60, so we can keep this 40. Okay, like this. Here also we have the, so we have the 20 and 20. Okay, here also we can remove these paddings, like this. Here also we can remove the padding. Okay, we can go to the services, and here we can put some gaps of 30. We can keep it the separations. Okay, and here you can see that this is not looking nice. We can fix that. 20, 80, and here also 20. Now you can see that this is coming like that. So for that we can go to the advanced, and here we can make this full width, and also we can make the font size here 40, like this. This is also a little bit bigger. You can play with the font size. Here we're gonna keep this 25. Okay, else is looking good now. And here why this is coming here. Okay, so here we have the negative values to the top. Let's make this like this. And here also we can make this full width, like this. Okay, now we are on the testimonials. Here we're gonna put the 20, 80, and 20. Put the 80 value to the top also, but we don't require it. Here we're gonna go, and we're gonna make this full width. Here again we're gonna make this to 40. And here we have this. Okay, so here we're gonna keep this left align, and here we're gonna keep the 40. Here 40 is looking good. We're gonna keep the 40. So we have the separations here. Okay, so this is also looking like this. Here we have on the pricing. So here we can put the 40, 20, 80, and 40. Here also we can make this full width. So let's click on this, make this full width. and here we're gonna have this 40. Okay, so all of these things are automatically responsive. Now we are on the FAQ. Here we're gonna put the 80, 20, 80 and 20. Here we're gonna put the 40. Okay, so this the FAQ is already responsive. You can see that. Here we can do this to 80, 20, 80, 80 and 20. Okay, so let me check my battery. Okay, so we have almost completed the whole website. Only we have to fix some changes here. So let me make this full width. We can go here and also we can make it here 40. Here also we can make this go to the advanced. Here we can make this full width like this. Okay, so let's publish. And now only we have to make the footer responsive for the smaller screens. Okay, and here we can go to the footer. Then after that here we have the footer. Here we have this, and here we can make this and here we have like this. Okay, let's publish. Okay, so you can see that we are successfully built our whole website, which is also fully responsive for the smaller screens. Now let me refresh the website final time, and I will show you how you can put the animations in your website so it will look some good. So you can see that we have this footer. Let's close this. Now let's go to the website and we're gonna put some animations. So I will show you the animations in only one sections, because adding animations in all the sections will make the video long. So all the process are same for all the sections. So you can see that we're gonna add some sequence animations in our website. So there are so many JavaScript library also, but we're gonna use the inbuilt feature of the Elementor for adding the animations. You can put so many animation library like the GSAP animations also are there. You can use some GSAP plugins also, which is the modern JavaScript library for making the website animations. I will try to make some videos with GSAP animation also. Okay, so for adding the animations, like here you can see that if I refresh, we have the sequence animations here. So let me show you the sequence animation first, and we're gonna add the same animations here. Okay, so we're gonna keep this animation little bit faster. So you can add animations in your website everywhere. Like if you want to add this animation in this text, in this button, or in this, so you can add anywhere. You have to just click on the part where you want to add the animation. Suppose I want to add the animation in this heading. So I have to click on this heading, then go to the advanced. Then here we have the motion effects. Here we have the entrance animation. If you find here, there are so many entrance animations. So let's use the slide in up animations. And here we have to put some delay time. So this will come after the 100 milliseconds. And then we have this. So here also we're gonna put the slide and left animations. Okay, so let's keep the slide and left animation, and this will come after the 200 milliseconds. And then here also we have one more section, and for this, so you have to just click on this, go to motion effect, and here we're gonna add the slide in right animations, and this will also come after the 300 milliseconds. So first this will come at 100, then this will come after the 200, then this will come after the 300. So this all is running in a sequence. So when you refresh the page, it will look like it is coming in a sequence. Okay, so this is called the sequence animation, and this will come here. We're gonna add zoom in. So there are so many animations, so you have to just choose which animation you want. Okay, so in this way you can put the animations everywhere in your website. So let me refresh this website final time, and let me show you how it is looking. And the animations are working like this. So this is stuck little bit, so let me refresh it again. So you can see that this is done. Okay, so in this way you can put the animations here also. So like if you want to add the animation here, suppose I want to add the animations here also. So we're gonna go here, and here we can add the sliding up. We're gonna keep the 100, and similarly for this also, we're gonna add here sliding up, and this will come after the 200 milliseconds. And for this also, we're gonna go to the motion effect, and here we're gonna add the sliding up animation, and this will come after the 300 milliseconds. And similarly, we can click on this advanced motion effect. Here we're gonna add the sliding up, and this will come after 400 milliseconds. Okay, so keep the 100-second gap between all of these animations, so it will come after the delay. So let me refresh it here, and after refreshing, you will see that the below part will come in a sequence like this. So first this will come, then this, then this. Okay, so we have successfully built the whole website from start to end, and I will give you all of these images in the video description for free. Okay, some things are left, like here we don't have the copyright section. I will put it here. Okay, so let's go to the footer. Let's go to the footer. We are gonna quickly put the copyright also below, because in the website copyright is very important. So here you can see that we have put the copyright 2025 triplum all right reserved. So we have to put this copyright also in the footer. So for that we're gonna add a new container. Here let's go, and here we're gonna add 1300 maximum. Go to styles, and here we're gonna make this black color. Let's have this 5 pixel, and also we're gonna copy this. Okay, and let's rename this and write as copyright. Okay, and here we're gonna have this center and center also, and here we can write copyright 2025 name of your website. So right now we have the name of the website triplum all rights reserved, and we have to just choose here the copyright logo also. So we're gonna search for the copyright, then go to styles, and here in the icon we're gonna make this completely white. Here in the text we can make this completely white also. Okay, and here in the copyright we're gonna put some copyright like this. Let's publish. And now if I refresh it, here you can see that we have the copyright like this. It is also working. Now let me show you how you can put the scroll to top button. So for making this we're gonna use a plugin. So let's go to the plugin, and here we have to go to the add new plugin, and here we're gonna search for the WP front scroll top, WP front scroll CROL. Okay, so this is the plugin which we're gonna use for adding that scroll to top button in our website. So let me install this first, and let's go, and we're gonna activate this plugin. Okay, here we have to click on this enable, and we have to hide this from the admin panel. Hide on WP admin, and here we can choose any icon. So let's choose this icon. Let's save the changes. Okay, let's refresh this website final time, and after refreshing you can see that we have this scroll to top button below, and if I click on this button it will take me to the top of the website like this. Okay, so we have successfully built our whole website from start to finish, and you can also, and I will give you all of these images in the video description for free. You can also have this kit from the video description at very affordable rates. We are selling this pre-made website. All the links are in the video descriptions. Okay, so let me show you the mobile part once, and you can see that this is fully responsive and fully working website. Okay, so how far we have successfully built this whole website. So I hope you understand how you can make such type of awesome website from start to finish. So you can also add this as a project in your CV. So if you are new to our channel, please subscribe to the channel, and please like and share our videos with your friends, and I'm gonna see you next time.